to my channel. I am super excited to be able to be filming today. I know it's been a minute since I've released any content. It was a whirlwind with the holidays and getting through them and getting through the new year. And now we are finally starting to get settled and kind of get things back to normal, which I am super excited about. And another announcement that I am super excited about is I'm engaged. Corey and I are getting married towards the end of the year, which we are super excited about. So fair warning, I'm sure there will be a lot of wedding content. Today is just going to kind of be a day in the life with me. Now there have been some changes since I last vlogged, and that is that I am now working from home 2 days a week, which is perfect for us with our dog breeding business and just with the busy life that we have. Another exciting thing is that Lila was recently in heat, so around March, hopefully we'll have a litter from her and Ryder. Right now, she is laying on the kitchen floor. She's going to run some errands with me today. I would like to introduce everyone to our latest addition. Her name is Lila Renee, and she is a large toy Aussie. Her birthday is March 1st, and she'll be 2 years old. And she is going to be the mother to our very first Timber Grove mini Aussie litter. Lila. She is the sweetest baby. As you can tell, she is a love bug. Lila's favorite things are laying in the bed with her mom and dad and belly rubs. She loves any kind of attention, anytime. So it's going to be perfect since she's been in heat for the last week and she's had to sleep in the crate. I promised her today she would get to spend all day with me. I've got to run out and do some errands. We need to run to Lowe's and through the car wash because the car desperately needs to be cleaned. And then I am completing some work before we leave here from home. As you can see, I've got my laptop set up here and my company phone, so I'm trying to get caught up on that stuff so that I can step out for a little bit, run our couple of errands, and bring you along with me. Alrighty, so Miss Lila and I are in the car and we are going to hit the road here in just a couple of minutes. But I know I mentioned a few minutes ago that, or a few moments ago actually, that Corey and I are engaged, and I just wanted to touch on that a little bit more. I kind of just rushed through the announcement since I was trying to get things done so we could get out the door. And so Corey proposed to me officially on January 14th. We had gone to my sister's for a bonfire for her let me back up there. We had gone to my sister's for a bonfire for her boyfriend Nick's birthday. And when we came home, we had Riley with us and he called me upstairs. And I'll insert some photos here. I didn't get any footage of it, but his mom and his brother's girlfriend had completely decorated up our bedroom, and they had put the most gorgeous little dress on Heidi Nan that said, "Mom, will you marry Corey?" And it was just the sweetest, most special thing he could have done and the most special way he could have proposed. I couldn't think of anything better than including a fur baby, especially my first fur baby. And I'm getting emotional just talking about it. But so yes, we are on the road to planning our wedding. We haven't announced publicly when the wedding will be. We've just told immediate family and some friends. Hi, Miss Lila. But I will say that the theme is going to be Christmas based, so that it won't give you the exact date. That'll be something that most people won't be expecting, but it will be Christmas themed, so you'll know the time of year that it will be. And then our second theme will be our favorite place on earth, which is, of course, Disney World. So we will have a touch of Disney there. And then we will be going on our honeymoon for 10 days at Disney while we have someone stay at the house with the fur babies. And of course, my favorite thing about the wedding, besides marrying Corey, is that 6 out of our 8 pups will all be in the wedding. Ellie and Winter, Ellie's just a little skittish from people, so we're not going to put the added stress on her. And Winter's just a little too big and rambunctious. I can't even say that, rambunctious, to be in the wedding or at the wedding. I wouldn't want her to jump on someone and knock them over and really hurt them. But all of the Aussies and my Yorkies will be in the wedding, which is just so special to me. And Miss Lila, would you like to tell them what you'll be doing? Let me see if I can get her in here a little bit better. Miss Lila, are you going to be our flower girl? Yeah, you're going to be our flower girl. My gorgeous little girl here is going to be our flower girl. And then the only other little secret I'm going to go ahead and say is that, of course, my Heidi Nan, the first love of my life before I met Corey, will be walking me down the aisle and giving me away. Even though she is fully aware, she is never giving me away because she is her mommy's world. But, so I just wanted to fill you in on some of the details that I could go ahead and share about the wedding. I'm just so happy and in such a good place. Corey and I are really excited to be able to start the beginning of the rest of our lives and to start our little family together. And so now we are going to head to Lowe's to get the couple of things I need there, and then we'll swing through a car wash and come home and get some more work done and work with the pups. Okay, so I am sitting here waiting on a forever train to go by. As you can see, I have been sitting here for what seems like 30 minutes, but probably has only been like 5 or 10. But I've already been to Lowe's with Miss Lila. I didn't get to film in there because so many people were stopping me wanting to ask questions about her, and of course wanting information on our breeding and our breeding page, so I had to focus on that really at that time. And then my sister called me and she had kind of a sisterly emergency errand she needed me to run, so I went and did that, and then went and dropped it off with her and got to catch up with her for a few minutes, which is really great because I haven't seen her in person since my engagement became official. And so I saw her earlier in the night. She was actually part of the distraction, her boyfriend's party before we got engaged, but I haven't seen her in person to show her the ring in person, and so that was super exciting. And now if this train will ever move past the tracks so I can go across the tracks, then I will be headed to the car wash and I can get the car nice and sparkly clean. And then I need to get home before Corey gets home so that I can take care of the chickens. They need food and water. We have put our baby chicks out there in the coop with the larger chickens. I don't want to say grown because they're about 5.5 months old, so they're not fully grown yet, but they're still a lot bigger than the baby chicks that are just over 2 months old. And so with that being said, we had to put one of the dog whelping pens out there, which is where we would keep mama and puppies, so that we could separate them and put chicken wire over it. So that means 2 sets of food and water that needs to be done, and I try to have that done on the days that I'm at home before Corey gets home, so that once he gets there I can take up dinner and he can just sit and relax since he's been hard at work all day. And yeah, so that is what all I still have left to do. I've done a little bit of work while I was sitting in parking lots, answering emails and things that needed to be done. But for now, that really takes care of all of my work. I'm going to be running the office tomorrow. My employers, which are also related to me, they are going on a trip. So I will be in charge at the office, which means I'll be taking Ryder and Lila with me because Lila is in her fertile stages as of tomorrow and we need to keep them together. I thought that sun wasn't going to bother me, but It is. That was my phone through the car. But we need to keep them together as much as possible so that we get our best chance of puppies. So yeah, let's get on to the car wash once this train goes by, and let's keep going with the day in the life. Okay, so it might be a little loud. We are going through the car wash, and this is, I think, the first time I've taken Lila through a car wash. Maybe the second time. I think you might have been with me. She might have been with me when we took Raya through the car wash, and Raya freaked out and jumped from the back seat of, I think it was the Jeep, into Corey's lap in the driver's seat. So, Ryder doesn't mind them. Lila, what do you think? What do you think? Is it a lot going on? Yeah, it's a lot going on, but I am at my stop in the car wash, getting this baby nice and clean, and then I'm going to clean out the inside, vacuum her out good while I'm here, so that I can get home and get everything else done. And Lila decided that she needed to join up front so that she could be with her mommy while she's at the car wash. Lila! Alrighty, so now we have our car nice and clean. Lila. I love having a nice clean car. I don't think I've gotten to actually show you all my new car with 3 rows of seats. Oh, that's a big yawn. It is so much better for what I say is the family life, even though we don't have kids. We have fur babies, which are our kids, and we have so many. Having a 3rd row of seats is absolutely perfect. And then I still have a trunk, a large trunk actually, in order to be able to travel if we have all the animals, have crates, have our doggy stroller with us. This is actually the Yukon XL, which I absolutely love. It's the Yukon XL Denali. And it's just perfect for the kind of lifestyle that we live. We took it when we went to Disney in October, and it was absolutely perfect. So now I am going to hit the road home and take care of the chickens. Okay, so hopefully I can hold the camera steady and Winter back there doesn't knock it out of my hands by jumping on me, because she is a bit of a jumping bean. But I'm headed out to the chicken coop right now. And so in order to get there, I have to, whoo, Winter. This is what I was talking about. Hi, baby. Hi, sweet girl. This is Winter Pooh, our livestock guardian dog. So I have some of the food and water here. This is just food for the big chicks and the little chicks. And then water for the little chicks. And then I'll go back and get 2 more jugs of water to give to the big chicks and ducks. All right. So you've not been introduced to our babies. Alrighty, so now that we are in the coop, I'll give you an up-close look at the chickadees and the ducks. You wanting the food? Hey, don't bite me. Our chickens don't normally bite, but she decided that my finger was a good one to bite. She's our little rascal. And this one is my favorite of the big chicks, because she is such a sweet girl. Let me see if I can get a little shot of us. Hi. She's a sweet girl, aren't you? This is Disney, and she is very, very sweet. Most people ask me how I can tell our chickens apart, and I can tell because Disney is our big, fluffy chicken. And yes, my future mother-in-law got me chicken rain boots to wear out here to the coop. Okay. Yeah. All right, I give half the food in the container to the big chicks. The big uns, yeah. Yeah, I know, you're not my friendly one. Hold on, let's eat out of the actual feeder and not out of the top. And now we're gonna go over to my baby chickens. I have 5 here. We're unsure if one could possibly be a rooster. Hi. Hi, honey. Hi, sweet girl. All right. Move this hay and straw out of my way. Get back. These are our Easter and olive eggers. So I'm going to get one of our babies here so you can take a close-up look at her. Yeah. And I'll actually show you, I had to flip my camera down, but I'll show you their feathers. You might not be able to see too well. You can see a little bit in this light, the green pigment that is in them. Oh, you can see it really well in that lighting on that one. So they're going to be black and green, I believe. This one right here is really sweet. They're just now starting to where they'll fly out of your hands. So yeah, all right, well, let's get them some food, and I'm gonna get all the babies some water, and they're gonna be happy. Okay, so I apologize if it's a little loud in here. I have a robot vacuum going. Now that I have taken care of the chickens and ducks, and they all have plenty of food and water, I'm going to start dinner. I do still meal prep every week, and I've already turned the oven on. So typically I was going to meal prep for next week today, but I completely ran out of the time. So I am just going to go ahead and start our food for tonight, and I guess I'll meal prep over the weekend. Okay, so on the menu for tonight, Corey and I actually eat different things because I have many more dietary restrictions than he does. He is also more adventurous in what he would try than I am. So I have made him homemade macaroni and chicken parmesan. Let me grab a fork. So I am going to wrap it up in aluminum foil and have it cooking so that when he gets home, we will have a nice hot dinner on the table. One of my favorite things about working from home a couple of days a week is that after a long day, he can come home to a nice hot dinner. And then after dinner, he can get a shower and we can watch some TV together or do something that is nice and relaxing for the both of us. So now we've got his. And then I am not very adventurous with what I eat. A lot of that is because I am allergic to a lot of different things. So for tonight, I'm going to be fixing myself barbecue chicken and some fried potatoes. The fried potatoes won't take me too long, so I'm actually going to go ahead and start warming up the chicken. And then we'll fix the fried potatoes. And then take care of the dogs. And the day will practically be done. Right now we're going to get the potatoes peeled so that I can get the fried potatoes chopped up and put on the stove. That way, while I mop over the floor and take care of the dogs, my potatoes can be cooking so that I won't fall far behind. By this time of day, it's really crunch time for me. Corey's already off of work. I'm trying to finish everything up around the house before he gets home so he doesn't have to worry about anything. And also just so once he gets home, we can have a nice dinner together, spend some one-on-one quality time together, and also spend some quality time with the dogs. So I really kind of push myself to get as much done during this time as I can. Now it is time to feed all of the dogs that are inside. This takes me a few minutes because I have to divvy up all of their food. We tried to pre-fix it all. So right now we have to take care of the 4 Aussies, our Aussie Chow Chow, and the 2 Yorkies, while our Great Pyrenees outside still has food from earlier today. So I'll recheck that later on tonight. Okay, so I'm super excited because my new electric blanket came in, and let me just explain this while I open it. I always have an electric blanket on the bed. I use it year round. I have a bad back and it just helps with the pain. Well, the other night I got out of the shower, excuse me, and turned on the electric blanket just like I do every night. And then we'll go downstairs, watch TV, chill for a little bit, and then when I'm ready for bed, where were we? My memory card ran out of space, and I had to change the memory card. So, as I was saying, I get out of the shower, I turn the electric blanket on, we go and chill, come back up, and the bed's nice, warm, ready for me to sleep. Well, I have a habit of having electric blankets die on me, and I came back upstairs, and the bed was warm, but the electric blanket was flashing an error message. So I thought, okay, let's unplug it from the wall, plug it back in. That's what I typically do when there's an error message. It'll take care of it. It did not. I unplugged it from the wall, plugged it back in, and what happened? Sparks flew from the electrical outlet behind my bed on my side of the bed, and then the outlet no longer worked, and I smelled smoke. So our electrical outlet died on us, and it completely fried the electric blanket, what wasn't already not working. So I had to order a new electric blanket, and thank goodness for Amazon Prime, because I know it's so a first world problem, but I do not sleep well without an electric blanket. Electric blankets are just not cheap, and I feel like I go through a couple of them every year, probably like 3, so I guess a few of them every year. So this time I bought us a new king size electric blanket for the bed that has the dual temperature control, because unless he's really cold, Corey doesn't really like to have the electric blanket on, and if he does, he has it on like 3, whereas I max my side out, and I use it all the time. And then I don't have it upstairs with me, but I bought a throw as well. Not really for the couch as much, because we don't have a place to plug it in without stretching cords and animals wanting to chew on them. So instead, it's kind of a backup, since I'm the one that likes the electric blanket and he doesn't. Instead of buying another expensive king size one, if my king size one goes out again sometime in the next 3 or 4 months, then I can just pull the throw out until I can get another king size one. So let's put this baby on the bed. Okay, let's get this electric blanket all set up and on the bed. I'm only going to plug it in on one side, which is my side, since I use the electric blanket all the time and Corey doesn't. Since the electrical outlet behind my side of the bed is not working thanks to the electric blanket the other night, I am going to have to stretch it over to Corey's side of the bed and plug it into that outlet. And then once we get the electrical outlet fixed this weekend, I will be able to set this up properly. Now I'm going to also start putting the comforter on the bed. I am going to change the colors of our room. I've just got to paint the walls, so I'm going to be getting rid of this comforter and doing the colors with the accent color of brown, and do a lot of brown and tans and just a very neutral color. But for now, this is kind of the setup on our bed with all my pillows. These pillows get knocked over constantly with as many dogs as we have. Well, I am going to have to run, so we're going to have to wrap up our vlog for today. Corey should be home in a few minutes. I need to get dinner on the table and then spend some much needed quality time with our fur babies and with my fiance. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you can become part of my YouTube family. And as always, you can find me over on Instagram at RebeccaLynnGA. And I'll see you next time. Bye.